Welcome back to the Garden Report. I am Jared Weiss of Celtics Wire. I am joined by
What up, Jared?
Toscano of Metro Boston and CLNS Media Network. Let's talk about KYRIE IRVING. Talk about what he did tonight, what he did in the past, and what he's about to do in the future when he goes up against Russell Westbrook on Friday in Oklahoma City tonight. He was good.
Very good.
Wasn't the featured story of this game. I think Jaylen Brown probably was.
I think he was too, yeah.
This offensive system is clearly working. I mean, the defense has been amazing, #1 rated defense in the league. Hold that again tonight. But the offense is getting a little bit more complicated, and they're executing a little bit better now. You got to really look at KYRIE as a start of where that shift really happens.
Yeah, Brad Stevens is getting, he's getting a little more creative now with the guys. He's seeing what these players can do. Players are a little bit more comfortable with each other. And I know we talked about it after last game. Al Horford and KYRIE, they've got a really good thing going on early on. They're good. I think we can say it. I think we were hesitant to say it at first, but they're both good, and they're both good together. They're both very smart players. And I know after the first couple games, people were starting to get on KYRIE, like, oh, he doesn't care. He's not Isaiah Thomas. It was a bad decision to make the trade. No, I think we can all, maybe settle back down a little bit and understand that KYRIE Irving actually is a superstar, and he's doing superstar things. And the Celtics haven't lost, since those first couple of games. Great game coming up. I'm excited to see the Friday night game. But KYRIE tonight, just another example. It's effortless out there at times. Like he's one of those guys that will just drop 25 and you won't know it. You know what I mean? Is 22 tonight, and he wasn't even the story. I really like what I'm seeing from him on the court. I think he's embracing this leadership role that he so desperately, obviously, wanted to leave Cleveland. So far, I think he's taking it well.
I mean, he's referenced the fact that he's a leader of this team a few times after the game. So, yeah, I would say he's probably embracing it a little bit.
He's like, what's up, guys? I'm KYRIE, the leader.
He puts like an L on his jersey instead of a C because he's the leader. But so, I mean, one of the things I've noticed that's getting better is his passing across the court. We like to talk about that before he actually got the placement against with Boston. Is can he throw those cross-court passes that the truly elite playmakers can, and kind of what he needs to do to really get to the next level. The first few games, he was like tossing up these like ephus pitches, like he was El Duque in the '98 World Series, which I think that reference is correct. But I haven't watched baseball in a while. Although I've been watching the World Series, it's been fun. I'm gonna go do that after this. But those passes were ugly. They were ugly AF. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say
what it was. Exactly what I'm saying. Ugly as humanly possible, because they were just these like kind of like languid passes that showed that he's just not really incisive and convicted.
He's just like putting too much on the guy that's supposed to receive the ball instead of putting the ball in a good position.
But it's like he doesn't know exactly where his spots is and where he wants to make the pass. Tonight we were seeing one on the break where he's coming down the right side. Terry Rozier flares out to the corner. Boom! I think it was Terry Rozier. Just nails him with a perfect pass right in the middle there. I have to go back and rewatch the play and make sure it's the right guy. But I saw that pass, and I thought, this is the KYRIE that we were expecting. Yeah. This is the guy that instead of just like catching the ball on the top of the key and like throwing it as hard as he can into the post, hoping it doesn't turn over, this is him making a smart, aggressive play. And I don't know why I'm doing this like a politician, but this is the thing that he needs to do to be at an MVP level.
To make the Celtics great again?
Vote, to make America and the Celtics great as it currently is. And he needs to be able to do this consistently. We're seeing that happen. I'm going to segue to Westbrook unless you want to throw something in.
I was just going to say, speaking of things that you're happy to see, for me it's the defense. It's the steals. Sure. Leading the team in steals. That was the knock on KYRIE coming in, is that, oh, he's not really that much better than Isaiah Thomas on the defensive end. It's a one-for-one deal here, blah, blah, blah. True. Yeah, but I think you're seeing the effort on the defensive end, and it's contagious. And I'm not saying, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if KYRIE's effort on defense is making Marcus Smart and Terry Rozier put in there more effort on the defensive end, but there's a bit of a competition going on between these guys on the defensive end, and that's healthy competition because they're making themselves better. They're way more active on defense. KYRIE's leading the NBA in steals, so we can say that right now. I don't know if we can say it a month from now, but we can say it right now.
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I've never felt steals to be a real indicator of overall defensive performance, but it's still important. It's still a playmaking play, and KYRIE, what he said after the game was, as long as it's a motivator for everybody to get on my level. That's what he really meant. No, what he actually meant was just for everyone to be incentivized to be playmakers on both sides. That's what he's trying to do. The fact that KYRIE is trying to be a leader on defense, that's a huge development in his career because he definitely wasn't doing that before. He still messes up a lot. He still misses guys kind of behind him, has trouble kind of playing the zone when you're on the weak side or out of a play. Dies on screens a lot of the time still, but I think he's getting better.
I think he respects Stevens a lot, and he's trying to do what Stevens wants the team to do and wants him to do. And maybe there was less of that last year under Lou.
Less, maybe. There's a clear work in progress, and I think that's what's important. Very quickly now, he's going to finally get his first.
We got a matchup, folks.
We got a
Friday night.
This is the matchup.
Clear the schedule.
Last year's MVP versus this year's about to be MVP. No, I'm just kidding. But Westbrook they're going to face him. Oklahoma is still a little messy, but oh my God,
They've
they
picked it up
unbelievably
recently,
talented.
Yeah.
They have an amazing starting five where their only weak link is a guy that can't shoot or hit free throws, and he's also probably the best offensive perimeter player in the NBA, and Andre Roberson, right up there with Avery Bradley. So what are you looking for in this game? What do you want to see Kyrie do? Do you want to see
100 points.
him? Okay, well, obviously he's going to get 100 points. That's no brainer.
What do I want to see Kyrie do?
Westbrook's a terrible defender. But, do you want to see him getting significant minutes covering Westbrook? Do you want to see him start on Westbrook instead of, hiding on Roberson while Marcus takes him or Jalen takes him?
I think it's going to be a bit of a group effort. I mean, it has to be. I mean, we know that Russell Westbrook is an elite scorer, elite NBA player. I want to see Kyrie put in the effort, though. I don't want to see them hiding, like you just said. I want to see them go toe-to-toe, back and forth for a little bit. But I do want – I know Brad Stevens is going to do what it takes to win, and if that means switching Marcus on to Westbrook, then I want to see that too, because I think that's also fun to watch, because Marcus Smart is really fun to watch on defense, and he's going to definitely be ready for that game. But the whole Kyrie Westbrook matchup in general, or just the Celtics Thunder, I mean, those are two really good teams. The Thunder, they've won a couple of games by a pretty wide margin recently. Carmelo Anthony's playing inspired basketball again. It's good to see him, almost feels like he's rejuvenated. He loves the game again. He's on a winning team. So it's fun to watch. I'll be excited to watch, two teams. Hopefully it's close. I think the Celtics as a whole on the road trip, they got to win 2 out of 3. And I think this is a successful road trip.
Well, they got to stay #1 in the NBA, of course.
That's true.
They're fighting off the Orlando Magic and Indiana Pacers probably at this point. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
Quick thing. Well, I noticed you called him Kyrie Effort by accident.
Did I call him Kyrie Effort?
I think so.
That's
you know what? That is perfect.
Nickname.
We're calling him Kyrie Effort now. He needs a better nickname than Third Eye Blind.
Does he even have a nickname?
Yeah. No, Uncle Drew is a different person. That's not Kyrie Irving.
That's
producer shouldn't be making comments during the show. This is absurd. All right, we're gonna end it there. I think he should be guarding Westbrook at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Smart will come in at about the 7-minute mark or so, and then he'll guard Westbrook. We could see him guard Roberson and put Jalen onto Westbrook, assuming Morris starts. There's a lot of – I don't think Morris is going to start.
Let's just wait and see.
There's a lot of stuff. Why don't you just watch the game, and then we'll talk about it when they're back in town. I'm Jared Weiss. That's Jimmy Toscano. Jeeks is yelling behind the camera. Clev is standing off at the corner. This is the Garden Report on CLNS Media Network.